the grill. I got my mold already ready from this grill that I got. Grill, jewelry, drugs, home, bitches, pussy, yeah, whatever you fucking want, all that. That X pills, all that shit.
If you pimpin' hoes, selling dope on the fucking track. If you got some chronic right now, smoke, you a sack. Don't break a bitch, make her make your money, make it G. If you got weed, well, smoke a sack for me. If you pimpin' hoes, selling dope on the fucking track. If you got some chronic right now, smoke, you a sack. Don't break a bitch, make her make your money, make it G. If you got weed, well, smoke a sack for me.
कशात सगळे स्वागत आहे तुमचं आज आपल्या नवीन स्ट्रीमवर सगळे लोक आज परत आपण व्हॅलोरंटच खेळणार आहे. रँक अप का होत नाही आपला, आहे ना? बरोबर ना? रँक अप तर अजिबात होतच नाही आपला. हॅलो सोहम, कसं आहेस? आज लवकर आलास? आज संडे ना? कसा आहेस सोहम? झालं तर काय करायचं? बोल बोल सोहम बोल. बारा दिसला वॉच पार्टी आहे, 12:30ला वॉच पार्टी. फायनल्स? अच्छा हा, GNG. अरे GNG गेली फायनलला? काय बोलतो? 12:30ला आहे, मग तोपर्यंत काय करायचं आपण? ठीक आहे, बघू आपण. या पडली वाटतं ती, बघ पडली. अगं ती पडली तिथे वाटतं. बघती ती. बघू आपण. 12:30ला आहे ना, मग पहिले आपण डायरेक्ट हेच बघू ना. मग तुम्हाला बघायला लागेल ते विच. मी बघतो टायमिंग विच. अरे पण आम्ही बघतो टायमिंग परत. बघ.
बन गया कुत्ता साला, बन गया कुत्ता.
अरे स्ट्रीमला काय झालं? आईची कटकट आहे या. अरे आज फायनल्स आहेत वाटतं
कसले
व्हॅलोरंटचे.
म्हणजे?
अरे स्पोर्ट्स रे येड्या.
हा 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 आठवलं.
ते बघायचेत.
अरे
PRX वर्सेस GNG.
असं अचानक बोलू नको रे, समजत नाही लगेच. बन गया कुत्ता, गोरख बन गया कुत्ता.
क्यों कुत्ता भाई? हिने काय की आहे?
अरे गाणं गाते.
माझं कसं नाव त्यात
अरे असंच रे, मी बनवला.
बनवलंस?
आईच्या गावात त्या प्रतीकवर असला राग येतो ना आज, उठल्या सुटल्या नुसता ताणे ताणे ताणे.
कसले ताणे?
अजून कसले, कालची रील पाठवलेली कुत्र्यानी.
एवढं काय मग ठीक आहे ना, पोरांमध्ये चालतं भाई.
अरे आईला वाटलं मी बघतोय, हे नाही माहित की प्रतीकने पाठवलंय. हा. अरे बोलते असं काय सगळ्या फॅमिली समोर फुल व्हॉल्यूम करून वगैरे असं तसं नुसतं तेच.
अरे
हॅलो.
थांब मी जरा बघतो. इथं पहिले लॉग इन करायला लागेल मला.
अरे यार या सर्व्हरच्या त्याच्या आईची जय, या कोण काय बोललो स्वतः तू. सोड.
काय झालं?
हे सावनच्या नेटवर्कला कनेक्ट केल्यावर याच्या आईला सर्व्हर इश्यू काय येतो, सर्व्हर सर्व्हिस अवेलेबल काय येतं काय माहित.
ते बोलते तुझं तू नेट घे.
अरे अरे यार आता पैसे नाहीत सध्या माझ्याकडे. आईची जय यार, काय फालतूगिरी आहे.
मी काय बोलतोय?
बोलत जा.
थांब जरा, मी काहीतरी करणार होतो, विसरलो तुझ्या नादात.
तुला लक्षात तरी काय असतं ते सांग आधी.
गेम खेळायच्या अगोदरच यो डायरेक्ट ऑनच आला, सोहम डायरेक्ट बोला आज यार. अरे काल बघत होतो ना मी.
हा हा. कोण सोंग?
हा एक आता भाई सबस्क्रायबरच असणार आहे. कोण सोहम? आता मला काय बोलतो रे तू येड्यासारखं काहीतरी.
तुझ्या आता असाच समाट देन ना.
काय चमट देन?
अरे तुला नाही रे, ते हे यार नेटवर्कला बोलतोय मी. नेटवर्क
नेटवर्कला
नेटवर्क.
कसं चमट देणार आहेस तू? मला सांग आणि
बघ की.
व्हिडिओ करून पाठव भाई, दाखव पण कसा चमट देणार आहेस तू.
गपरे.
काय गप्रे?
नल्या.
चल. अरे हा, बघू टायमिंग बघू ना आपण.
झुम 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 बाबा.
कुठे गेला कुठे गेला कुठे गेला? हा
अरे मला ही सोवाची हे पाहिजे, शेरीफ वाली.
काय?
आई शपथ, कडक आहे रे स्किन. काय फालतूगिरी आहे यार, यांच्या आईचा नवरा गेला कांदे खायला. अरे फुल तर आहे. काय करू, मोबाईल डाटावर खेळू का?
मोबाईल डाटावर किती खेळणार आहे खेळून खेळून?
जाऊ दे, जेवढं होतं तेवढं खेळतो. येतो मी मोबाईल डाटावर माझ्या. आणि तसे आजूबाजूवाले
एकदा
मोबाईलवर
गेमच
चालतं रे
रिस्टार्ट कर
सगळं नीट.
ना, गेम रिस्टार्ट कर ना एकदा.
नाही नाही. अरे याच्या वायफायला कनेक्ट झालो ना मी, तसाच सीन होतो.
मग दुसरं वायफाय घे, म्हणजे दुसरं
दुसरा.
आजूबाजूचं.
अरे 3 वायफाय आहेत.
हा
आता त्यातले 2 बंद आहेत सध्या.
हा.
ते कधी चालू होतील माहित नाही आपल्याला.
130
तर ते
PM ला
ते
करतो.
एक.
वेबसाईट पाठव, इन्स्टाला पाठव. इंस्टा को भेज, इंस्टा को. दीड दीडलाच करतो वॉच पार्टी. वेबसाईट पाठव पाठव पाठव. इंस्टाला पाठव. त्याला काय झालं रे?
थांब
चाललेलं.
रिस्टार्ट करून येतो आम्ही. रिस्टार्ट करून येतो.
ठीक आहे ठीक आहे, ये रिस्टार्ट करून ये. ये लवकर, टाइमपास करू नको.
कोण टाइमपास करतोय?
मग फोन कधी गेलता तुला? 1 तास अगोदर.
आई शपथ, कसला गोरख हे करतोयस तू?
आता मी काय
1 तास अगोदर मी फोन केलाय. मी
मग मी तुला हे कॉल लॉग दाखवतो, केलाय
कॉल
का नाही ते
रेकॉर्ड.
दाखवतो.
1 तास अगोदर.
हा
1 तास.
हा.
आईच्या गावात गोरख
बोल.
एवढा एवढा
अरे
एवढा.
कॉल लॉग दाखवतोय ना मी, कुठं नाही म्हणलो का तुला?
हा मी पण दाखवतो.
बैरन पुश करा, सिरवर
बघ
पोचा. तेच तर चाललंय. तेच तर चाललंय राकेश भाई.
आउट गोईंग म्हणजे माझ्या साईडनी गेलेलं आहे तुला 11:07
मग तेच.
परफेक्ट 1 तासा अगोदर मी
अरे
केलेला मी
अरे मग मी पण तुला तेच
आणि
सांगतोय.
तू
अरे मी
केलेला
कॉल लॉग दाखवतोय ना.
हा मग मी पण कॉल लगत दाखवतोय बाबा थांब तुला आता
दाखवतोय बघ.
तुझ्या
मी डायरेक्ट स्ट्रीम वर दाखवतोय बघ.
मी स्क्रीनशॉट काढून पाठवू का तुला तू पण दाखव स्ट्रीमवर बघूया कोण आहे तुझ्या तर आता अशा
चल ये.
चल बोलव लगेच बोलव
सिल्वर चल सिल्वर वर जायचंय.
कोण आहे का अजून
नाही सध्या आपण
पांडे
दोघंच आहे.
आहेत का गाव? नाव बघ काय ठेवलंय
येऊ का
थांबा
मी
तुला
पण
पाठव
जॉईन करू का? या लवकर या. लवकर
कोण
या
आहे
या. कोण आहे?
कोण आहे
राकेश.
आय थिंक सो
कोण
ओळखतो
आहे
आपण
काय
खेळलोय
विचारतो
वाटतं
भाई. करू रँक पुश.
खेळलोय
ओके
वाटतं आपण अरे
या. हा बोल.
याच्यासोबत खेळलोय आपण वाटतंय मला असं
कोणासोबत आता ह्यांच्यात नावं थोडी माहिती आहेत आपल्याला. ह्यांच्यात नक्की नावं काय आहेत.
असं वाटतंय रे कारण की सबस्क्रिप्शन द गेम इज नेव्हर ओव्हर सेव्ह victories
दीडला
काय
बघू ना आपण. आता किती वाजलेत? अजून 1.5 तास आहे. बघू ना आपण डायरेक्ट मॅच चालू झाल्यावर. किती
मी
वाजेपर्यंत
जास्त
खेळणार
टाइम
आहेस?
अरे म्हणजे मी परत येणार खाऊन बिऊन
मग तेव्हा 1:30 खायला बस म्हणजे आपण तेव्हा वॉच पार्टी बघू. ठीक आहे का? वॉच पार्टी लवकर नाही संपत.
हा मी जेवायला इथे घरी नाही आहे रे बाहेर जाणार आहे
कुठे? हा ठीक आहे संध्याकाळी
दुकान
येते ते लोक. ठीक आहे. अरे थांब एक जण आहे आपल्याला. ए
संध्याकाळी येते
मी गोल्ड आहे. तुमचा आयडी काय आहे पण? ये जीएफ ये लवकर चल. करू स्टार्ट जाऊ दे. गोल्ड आहे. स्ट्रीम वर शिव्या बंद कर. नाही देणार शिव्या. शिव्या बिव्या
कोण आहे
देऊ
आज
ना.
जे
अरे दिसतोय ना कोणतरी प्लेअर आहे ना. कोण सारखं कोण आहे विचारतो. मला फालतूपणा करतोय.
मोये मोये
आईच्या गावात.
रे बाहेर काढा हायपर ला
का?
गेम मध्ये दोघे
मग तू घेतलं कोणी यांना?
मी नाही घेतलं
मी पण नाही घेतलं. मी कधी पाठवली त्याला
काय
रिक्वेस्ट?
काय फालतू आहेस काय रे हायपर तुझाच मित्र आहे बरोबर
अरे पण तो एका अकाउंट मधून नाही खेळत. दुसरं कोणतरी खेळत असं. तू कॉम्पी खेळतोय का? हा जस्ट गेलाय मॅच मध्ये रे. हे चल सिल्वरला पोचायचं आपल्याला. दोन दोन टप्पे उडून जायचे आपल्याला. 2 टप्पे.
किती पॉईंट पाहिजे तुला ते सांग मी करून देतो
अच्छा म्हणजे तू एसेंडेंट प्लेअर ना. 63 आता शिक.
किती पाहिजे
हा
अजून
ब्राउन्स 3 हा जाईल सिल्वर वर. जीएफ नो गाली इन स्ट्रीम.
कोण आहे रे
ओके नो गाली इन स्ट्रीम. ओके
हे काय
तुम्ही नाही आला
टॅगलाईन
ना
टाक
ह्याच्यात?
काय काय
Match found.
नाहीची कटकट मॅच लागली. टाकायच्या अगोदरच बाइंड लागला. बाइंड मी काय घेऊ सांग लवकर.
काही
घेऊ का? प्रीमच घेऊ का? काल मस्त खेळत होतो मी.
मी काल काय घेतलेलं सायफर ना
आय डोंट नो. गोल्ड ड्युलिस्ट कोण घेते बाई? नीट खेळा ड्युलिस्ट. नाही तर ड्युलिस्ट खाली टॉप रँक करतो.
भाई कोई तो स्काय ले लो ना
तू काय घेतलंस बघू? सायफर.
स्काय ले लो
एका थांबा तुम्हाला रिक्वेस्ट पाठवून ठेवतो मी. आणि आपण दररोज खेळू शकतो कारण की आता उद्यापासून माझं कॉलेज स्टार्ट आहे. तर मी 10-10:30 स्ट्रीम
नाही
करणार रात्री.
हा ठीक आहे सुन ना गेको ही ले तू अपने को प्लांटिंग के लिए भी चाहिए ना बाद में. गेको ही ले.
शेख काल तू रात्री स्ट्रीम करत होता ना? हो केली सोहम स्ट्रीम काल रात्री पण. काल मजा आली रात्री खेळायला यार. काय एम लागत होता माझा कालची बघ
जी
सोहम
मजा
स्ट्रीम.
येत होती ना आयुष्यात.
माझा एम काय लागत होता रात्री.
पण शेवटची मॅच हगलो रे.
अगलं म्हणजे आई शपथ रे. यायले असं राग येतो ना भाई. मॅच लागत नाही
त्या
लवकर.
गेकोमुळे झाला.
किक नाही
कोण बोलला रे नो गाली इन
Match
स्ट्रीम?
found.
काय काय मी बोललो
नाही ना अजून कोणतरी चॅट मध्ये टाकला ना कोणी.
नाही.
अच्छा.
दुसरा आयडी पण आहे देतो सिल्वर वनच.
They think I'm an old dog.
दे बाबा दे. हे काय आय नीड अ गर्लफ्रेंड GF.
कुठं
काय प्लेयर आहे. काय प्लेयर आहे.
त्याला बोल नाही जीएफ जीएफ हे नीचे देख ब्रो. ले
अरे काय हे झालंय यार.
कोइन्सिडेंस बोलते. पाठवतो मला रिक्वेस्ट मी. नाही मला पाठवून ठेवा तुम्ही. हे बघा हेच नाव आहे आणि #5312. अरे भाई दुख दर्द पीड़ा ब्रेकअप हो गया उसका. मैं हूँ
तेरे लिए. ए नाना इधर बाइसेक्सुअल गिरी नहीं चलती है.
नहीं चाहिए क्यों.
नहीं चाहिए.
अरे एक बार ही सच्चा प्यार होता है.
अभी सिर्फ जिम.
अच्छा हाँ
ये
हाँ ये
लाइट वेट
बोलणं
बॉडी.
हे सगळ्यांचंच बोलणं असतं. अभिषेक जी दोन दिवस नाटकी नंतर घरी.
नाही रे बाबा आम्ही दररोज करतो.
करणारे करतात रे. तुझ्यासारखे हुबाले असलो नाहीत करत.
काय काय.
तुझ्यासारखे हुबाले असतात नाहीत करत.
ए बाबा मी करतो दररोज. तुझ्यासारखा नाही.
काय काय करतोस. काय करतोस.
वर्कआउट करतो कधी.
अच्छा वर्कआउट करतो यो. अच्छा वर्कआउटच करतो का नक्की.
Back out in the field.
हा रे बाबा तुझ्या आता असा.
Toys I want to try out.
वा आपली पहिली डिफेंडिंग मस्त माझी आवडती. आईच्या गावात 56 माझी गेली.
काय काय गेली.
अरे थांबा.
पिंग गेली. अरे तू नीट खेळत जा रे. जरूरच काय लोवा. आता या स्मोक मध्ये जाऊन बसू का मी. तर स्मोक करतो. असा बसतो ना.
नको इथे नको स्मोक करू. हा
करतोय मी.
Fully smoked.
आता या स्मोक मध्ये जाऊन बसणार मस्त पैकी. अरे बिल आहेत ती लोक. तू नल्लायस एक नंबरचा. ला 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 ला. आई ग
कोणी साडून पडले मला.
कसे मारताय रे. कसे मारताय. लाजा पाहिजे तुम्हाला.
Spike planted.
काय लाजा देईल ना अशी छमट. मी कशावर मोबाईल डाटावर खेळतोय भावा.
म्हणून सांगतोय. रिझन नको सांगू मला तू.
आई हा ठीक आहे आता
Last
बघा.
player standing.
थांब जरा माझा फक्त नेट येऊ दे. नाही मी तुझ्यावर टॉप फ्रॅक केला.
Flawless.
26 दिल तर रे. ठीक आहे चल एक राऊंड दिला त्यांना. काय रडतोस तू पण.
If they try something, I'll see it.
चल मी जरा सेव्ह करतो कारण की पैसा ढीग नाही आपल्याकडं. तुम्ही मोठी माणसं आहे. हे गेलास का आहेस. 65 आली पिंग. बी मेन काय बोलतो. अरे हेडफोन घालून खेळ ना नल्ल्या. बाबा 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 याला गेलं रे नल्ल्यांनो.
नाही इथे कोणतरी हाय.
See ya.
Scanning ahead.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Bagged and tagged.
Reloading.
Gone here.
एक आता बोला.
A second wind. Let your senses come alive.
कोमलाईस आता येईल येतील आता येईल येतील. ऋषी रिझल्ट लागलाय माझा.
माहितीये मला. एकात फेल आहेस तू.
तुला माझी इन्फॉर्मेशन भेटते कुठून रे? प्रतीकच असणार नल्ले झाला
Ready?
एवढी इन्फॉर्मेशन. एवढी इन्फॉर्मेशन माझी मम्मी पप्पाला नसते, ते तुझ्याकडे असते. सायफर तुला दिली पप्पी त्यांनी बहुतेक.
अरे मार ना तुझ्या. अरे रे ना तू काही पागल आहेस का रे?
Spike down B.
ऑफ घेऊन आलाय रे यो.
भाव एवढा मार खायला ना हा मग.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
ऑफ आहे रे माझ्याकडे आईच्या गावात एवढं लवकर. फक्त माझ्या ऑफ जाऊ नको कुठं भाई.
आणि समजलं आता हाच मेला म्हणजे तू.
अल्ल्या तू ग बस पण दिला नको. मी ऑफ सेव्ह करायसाठी मागं चाललोय.
अरे इथेच आहे बाबा.
इकडून आला तर
30 seconds
इकडून नाही येऊ
left.
शकत तो. आला तर येऊ शकतो. मग मी बघून घेईन.
पनवती लावू का?
हा भाई पुण्याचे पुनवते लागले. एम बीम लय चांगला आहे हेन देन असं बोलायला लागले ना माझा 100% माझे. हा चल तिकडच येतो. आरामात जिंकतोय राऊंड आपण.
10 seconds left.
बीला येतो. झाली ना ऑफ सेव्ह झाली ना ऑफ सेव्ह.
अरे मी पनवती नाही लावली ना म्हणून.
चल रे काय बोलतो. मिडला पिक घेणार मस्त पैकी आता.
आई शपथ मी 0 किलवर आहे.
शी रे
थांब आता. नाही 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 आता दाखवतोच. एन्जॉयचा नवरा.
तो नको दाखवू तुझा गेम प्ले दाखव. हा ठीक आहे ना. ये चल मिडला कोणी ते आईच्या गावात.
Spike down B.
Scanning ahead. There they are.
रोटेट करताय ते लोक.
Stay down.
ई ग बाबाई.
One enemy remaining.
आई शपथ मला एक तरी द्या मारायला.
मला बी देत नाहीत एक बी मारायला.
तो मेन कुठं जातोय रे सारखा.
हा पाठवून येणार ऑब्वियस आहे.
शी कुठून मारलं रे तुला.
Right here.
आई शपथ माझ्या ऑप 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 ऑप
No one
ऑप ऑप
escapes
ऑप
my
ऑप.
sight. No one.
हा
Drink some water,
Hey, man, let's
reload
head.
your mags, and let's get back out there.
मला
अच्छा
दे.
नाही माझ्याकडे चल.
तुझ्या आता अशी मारली असते ना.
अरे सगळ्यात जास्त पैसा आहे. मी 5 जणांना ड्रॉप देऊ शकतो कळलं का.
पैसा ढासंग पैसा.
मिडला पिकच नाही घेत आईची कटकट ह्यांच्या फेडचा तोडा दे आईला मला ट्रेक केलं आई शपथ या उठलोच्या ऑफ घ्या कोणीतरी ऋषी घ्या ऑफ झाला
ते
ऋषीचं
काय
कल्याण
ऑप्शन
झालं.
मला
ऋषीचं
मला
कल्याण
आधीच
झालं.
ब्लाइंड मला
Last
नाही
player
आधीच
standing.
ब्लाइंड केलेलं मला
तर काय
या
नाही
मॅक्सिमम
तो जेट एकदम माग बसला रे त्याच्यानंतर एकदम हेड दिसलं मला
आई पण किल होत नाही माझ्याने
वा बाई नाईस आता मी नाही ऑफ घेत मी घेणार आहे वॅन्डल नाही वॅन्डल का ऑफच घेतो ना
ते काय त्याने घेतली आहे
मग असू दे
3
ना मग.
नंबरने
मग मी काय करू त्याकडून हुकला की मी मारणार मी स्मोक बी काय करत नाही इथूनच येतात ना ते लोक
हा
This goes here.
दहाला धुतलं त्याला एकट्याला तिथं
Spike down A.
अरे बाय 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 मारतोय तो
Spike down A.
इथं आउटला बिउटला टाकली आईच्या गावात अरे कशाला फुट देता येड्यात करे तुम्ही
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
अरे मला किल द्या ना
They're usually distracted once I reveal them.
मला किल द्या रे बिचाऱ्याला आय नीड जीएफ हिचे 11 केलेत रे रेनाचे
चांगलेच होतोय
मग तू बघ
बाय आज माझा दिवस नाहीये
पापा 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 काय दिवस नाही आज फालतू रिझन देऊ नको तुम्हाला अरे यार मी जातोय तिथे येत नाहीत कसे रे ही लोक
Face your fear.
मला मागून डप्पा करू नका
Enemy spotted B. My ult is ready.
Open up the sky!
ए पाठी पाठून आला ब बॅक स्टेप
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
down.
मस्त रे गोरख गणपत मला हे बघायला जायचं रे मूवी
कुठली
छावा मूवी रे संभाजी महाराजांवर आधारित आहे
अरे हा जुनी आहे ना
अरे ती
Spike planted.
रिलीज नाही केलेली आता परत रिलीज केली कारण की त्यात त्यांचं ते हे केलेलं दाखवलेलं आहे काय बोलतात
काय?
त्याला
Enemy spotted.
म्हणजे त्यांना कसं टॉर्चर टाईप केलेलं म्हणून ते दाखवलं नाही
Thank you.
हा मी आय थिंक बघितली छावा मूवी
नवीन आले रे बाबा
अरे पण
काय बघशील
मधी पण काहीतरी दाखवलेलं होतं कसं टॉर्चर केलं काय ते जीप बीप कापलेली त्यांची
हा तसं कसं
ते बघितलंय
म्हणजे
मी.
मराठी माणसाला आवडायचं नाही ना म्हणजे महाराजांच्या बद्दल असं आपलं दाखवतात त्यांना पण ते कसं आता
हिस्ट्री
हिस्ट्री आपल्याला समजायला हवी ना रे बाबा
Goes here.
आईले हे बघ याची कटकट ह्यांच्या मी जिथं जातो तिथे येत नाहीत आई शपथ यार आता
down A. One enemy remaining.
Spike spotted A.
असे तरी 2 किल घेतले बाईतून मी.
माझ्याशी आताशी 1 किल झालाय या रेनाला मारलं तर.
तो पण कसा कसा घेतलाय माझा मला माहित केल तो.
हा ना बा लय मेलोय लय 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 घाणेरडा मेलोय मी 4 वेळा मेलेलोय.
मग काय बोल.
थांब रे जरा मला सेटिंग करू दे माझी.
कसली सेटिंग?
टाइम जायचा.
ट्रॅप का?
हा
मग त्याला सेटिंग बोलतात का?
हा रे ट्रॅप्सला
सेटअप बोलतात. सेटअप.
Enemy spot.
There they are.
आईला सापटा दिलाय त्याला मी.
One enemy remaining.
तुझ्या
Grateful I killed you quickly.
फक्त ऑफ चालते काय? ऑफ.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long.
आईला त्या वुमनला काय दिली रे? शिफ्ट करून आलता नल्ला. आवाज पण काय 500 आला. त्याला माझी पाठ मान बिन सगळं दुखतंय रे आज. बघ ऑफ माझी. ओमनने माझा बदला घेतला.
There.
पैसा मजबूत आहे काय टेन्शन नाही. मी उडी टाकले आणि त्यांनी सपाट करणं तिथे.
They found my wire. A moment.
शी रे किती घाण आणतोय. मी वॅन्डल घेतली असेल ना आता टॉप फ्रॅग मी करत असतो. कळलं का रे?
Found my wire.
Spike spotted B. Shot dart.
Reloading.
आपण
One enemy remaining.
It is ready. Where is everyone?
There.
Revealing area. There they are.
शी रे हागऱ्या.
Interrogate.
ऋषी
Stay alive.
काय बोलत का
I
नाहीयेस?
want their life, not yours.
थांब रे जरा. काय पाहिजे तुला? अरे ऑफ घेतले मी तुझी घे.
पैसा ठीक आहे रे. तरी नवीन घेतली असे डायरेक्ट.
ठीक आहे. सध्या मला येऊ दे जरा. यायला लास्ट राहायला मला आवडत नाही सध्या.
मी मिडला नाही राहत. थांब.
Get out of my way.
जेट आला. अरे बघ आईची मीठ का?
I know exactly where you are.
One enemy remaining.
आई शपथ रे मला इथून मारायचं होतं. त्या चुकून ट्रॅप मध्ये अडकलो मी.
Last round before the switch.
चल रे कमबॅक पण होऊ शकतो त्यांचं. मी म्हटलं कमबॅक घंटा होते त्यांचा.
आई शपथ किती ते कॉन्फिडन्स.
हा नाही तर मला फुल कॉन्फिडन्स आहे कळलं रे. आता 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 प्लीज इथं या रे प्लीज. मी इथं आलोय ना प्लीज इथे या. ऋषी सरक चल सरक रे नल्ल्या सरक. आई शपथ लक्षात नाही दिलं तिकडे मी. घे ना तिथं सायफर आहे मारू शकतो तू आरामात. शी रे चल.
Spike down B.
ॲक्रॉट पाईक प्लॅन करतात पहिल्यांदा ती लोक. मार ना.
Spike planted.
आई शपथ.
One enemy
अरे
remaining.
डीफ नाईस नाईस वन नाईस.
Reloading.
अरे 9 किलो रे रे मी आता होतीन बघ.
Diffuse it.
आता कशाला भाई लास्ट राऊंड आहे.
Diffuse it.
आणि चूज कर.
No problem.
Spike with natural.
आता ऋषी शिव्या खाल्ल्या असत्या माझ्या तू.
Switching sides.
आता स्मोक बिग दाबून घेतो बघ मी कसे.
Who am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill after this.
ला 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 ला. इधर मिड 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 बॉटम. स्मोक कुठं कुठं करते. इथे एक करतो इथे एक करतो इथे एक करतो. झाले ना स्मोक. ए
माझा क्रॉसर मस्त आहे ना रे.
हाय
Reloading.
अटरे
चल.
बंदर का जाने अदरक का स्वाद.
अरे इथं नसतो स्मोक करायचा आपल्या डोरला.
अरे तुझ्या मी नाही केलाय.
मी चुकून केला स्मोक.
Still in sight. Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
आई शपथ
इयू
घाण मेलो रे.
मेला रे हा.
Last player standing.
Spike planted. Satchel out.
मस्त रे.
नाईस
यू
आयला मी घाण. मला थोडस सेव्ह करायला लागेल गन साठी.
Flawless.
डायरेक्ट घुसू नका रे जरा थांबा ना.
तुला अक्कल नाही ना.
तू
तू
चालेल.
पुढं.
Yes.
आई आई मी पुढे नाही गेलेलो तो रेना गेलेला समजलंस ना. मी फक्त कॅमेरा टाकला आणि पाठी आलो बघायला कोण आहे का.
मग
असा चमट देईन ना तुला.
ड्युलिस्ट आहे पुढे जाणार ऑब्विसली. पण तू काय तुझा
Obviously.
काय संबंध. तुझा काय
अरे,
संबंध.
मग
तू काय गेला.
तू कंट्रोल आहे. तू कशाला दुसरा गेलास मग पुढे. हा
गेलोच ना
मी
एकदम last
कॅमेऱ्यातून
गेलो.
गप रे
गप तर.
गप. कॅमेऱ्यातून बघतोय मी की तू पुढे गेलास आणि त्याच्यानंतर मग मी घुसलो. तू गेलास म्हणून
हा चल चल नको
तुला
सांगू.
सपोर्ट द्यायला.
हा चल
गावात तुझ्या का.
चल 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 नको सांगू. बघ बघ अजून आता पण बघ कोण मेला.
मी नाही मेलोय.
Spike down A.
बघ रे साली लोक मारतायत मला. बदला घे.
I have the spike.
Last player standing.
कशाला गड्ड्याचा
आवाज
बदला.
आहे. वन टॅप दिला ना मला.
ओमेन ना आला इकडून चल. च्या गावात
लफीच्या आयचा गो. थांब लफीला देतो मी.
I need to sit back.
लफी काहीतरी हवंय रे अशी जी एका ॲम्पिक मध्ये मारत.
ये मी तुला एका
थांबा.
हातात गाल रंगवतो. ये एका छापटीत.
ए रे घ्या ना.
काय घेऊ.
पाय घ्या. पप्पा घेणार.
तू घे ना मग. सांगतो
मी जरा
कोणाला.
बीवर फेक फेक देऊन येतो, मरून येतो जरा.
आयुष्यभर आता खरंच मेला पाहिजे.
Spikes here.
आई
Spike down
शपथ रे.
A. Last player standing.
आईला सगळे कसे मेले.
स्नायपर घेऊन मस्त एकटा.
जय श्रीराम. चला मारणारच आहे.
ऐ ऐ शपथ. आला बा, इथून आला. अरे वरतून आला.
ओ रे नव्हती बसती त्याला. शिरे गप मारल्या.
I'm the last thing they'll see before
अरे यार
doing
मध्ये पाय.
Lucky them.
आईच्या गाजून काय घेऊ, मला हे द्या कोणीतरी.
माझे मार्शलनी बसत रे, पण आईला कधी कधी लय घाण हाकतो. काल बघायला पाहिजे, काल मस्त बसत होतं काय मार्शलने.
कधी कधी का रे.
रात्री रात्री
रहना इधर से आ, रहना इधर से आ.
Scanning ahead.
मिड मधून चला ना. ए
हे पाठून पडली. अरे घाणेड्या, जा ना तिथे. तुझ्या आईच्या गावात असला गोरख ना. हातातली गन सोडतो, हातातली गन. हगऱ्या,
तू काय बोलला असा जा तसा जा मग.
अरे तुझ्या समोर आले तू आणि त्याच्यानंतर सोडतेस तू गन. काय अक्कल आहे, अक्कल.
Last player
मी बोले
standing.
जा गु खा, खाशील का त्यांच्या समोर जाऊन.
तू बोलणारच का.
शपथ यार.
30 seconds
यार
left.
तुझ्या आता ना. हा बघ, अकालची झाली.
अरे
आणि
वा 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 वा. काय भाई.
जाऊ दे.
10 seconds left.
झालं.
अच्छा, आई गो. ओ,
नाईस नाईस.
जे फटका दिलाय ना
3
त्यांनी.
राऊंड काढायचे. सिरियस खेळ.
Look your enemy in the eye. It helps with accuracy.
The spike is here.
ड्रॉप दे. तू फॅन्टम नको घेऊ. हा आता जा.
I need this.
काय पाहिजे. हा
बघूया काय करतोय सा तू वेंडर घेऊन हगऱ्या.
त्यांच्यात पण सायफर आहे ना. अरे एका जागी खेळा ना. एक एक जाऊन का मारताय तुम्ही.
टन
Revealing area.
Enemy spotted A.
Found them.
Cutting their vision.
Dart. Reloading.
Still inside.
वॅन्डल घे माझी. ब्लाइंड झालो रे. वॅन्डल घेऊन मार ना नल्ल्या. काय मुद्दाम खेळताय तर असे तुम्ही लोक. खेळता येत नाही सारखं. बॅक साइड वरून आला. बॅक साइड. ओमन बॅक साइड.
Where is everyone hiding?
चल ऋषी. कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन. किल देम. शी वर येतो.
कुठे गेला.
खालीच आहे खालीच आहे. तो बघ रे ना
Last player standing.
शी शी
30
शी
seconds
शी
left.
शी शी
Spike down
शी
A.
शी 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 शी
गप यार, कन्फ्युज होतो तो मी. एक तर तो त्याने माझ्यावर टाकली भावाने.
काय लय
स्मोक माझ्यावर टाकला, मी पूर्ण कन्फ्युज झालो.
काय कन्फ्युज रिझन नको देऊ
10
चल
seconds
खेळता येत
left.
सांग खेळता येत नाही ते सांग
ठीक आहे.
पहिला 7-10 झाले रे स्पाइक द्या माझ्याकडं आणि बीला चल माझ्यासोबत चल आता माझा आहे का
काय
Looks
करू?
composed.
माझा आहे का
Still a different.
विषय संपव चल बाय दे
अरे आहे ना तुझ्याकडे?
नाही येत पैसे
Thanks.
हा तुला काय पाहिजे तर सांग माग
काय घेऊ?
घे माझ्या
I
लायकीच
need
आहे
this. I need this.
तसाच बस
My thanks. My thanks.
माय थँक्स.
मिड टू भी चलते मिड टू है इधर आओ इधर आओ मिड टू है चले जल्दी चल जल्दी चल अरे सायफर ये ना लवकर
आलो ना हगरे या. आरामात.
Down and out.
अरे कवर द्या ना
Spike down mid.
चायची कटकट जाऊ स्पाइक प्लांट करू शकता आरामात तुम्ही एंट्री तर दिली भावांनो
Planted.
डोक्याने काय काम खेळतच नाही ती लोक रे
Shock dart.
ल ल ल ल
अरे मेला तो रे.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
अग एवढं घाण अरे तू ये जा ना स्पाइक होल्ड कर ना जा रहा है भाग के वो गया भाग के वो
Spike hold कर.
स्पाइक डिफ्यूज करने फर्स्ट डिफ्यूज हो रहा है
गया रे. झालं.
Clutch.
अरे स्पाइक मध्ये थांबायचं ना यार काय करताय तुम्ही
फिर रे ना इतना मार खाएगा ना. पता है तू टॉप ये कर रहा है, टॉप कर रहा है तो भी स्पाइक होल्ड करना गांडू.
ए
अरे गुजराती मध्ये गांडूला हे बोलतात पागल.
मग आपण गुजराती आहे का आपल्या भाषेत वेगळं आहे ना विषय संपला
नाही तरी पण मला गुजरातीच्या ह्याच्यात बोलायचंय ना. तुला काय करायचंय हा? जास्त करतो काय रे नल्ल्या?
चल
इथून येला सायफर.
स्मोक दिला त्याने ये आबा तुमच्या
Beacon here.
तुमच्या आईची कटकट तुमच्या
Open up the sky.
एक पण जण नाही मेला रे लाज वाटला पाहिजे
Molly.
Face your fear.
आई शपथ पकडला मला
नाही. अरे पण रेस करतोय बघ कुठे. स्पाइक वाला गेलाय बघ कुठे.
कुठे आहे तो अरे ये नाही करे तू
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
आईला लो केलं तरी त्याला मी अरे बाबा करना प्लांट करना प्लांट बाबा काय मस्ती मध्ये खेळतोय रे मस्ती मध्ये खेळतोय आपण या 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 या
अरे इथे मिड. तुझ्या आईचा गो मिड मध्ये तो.
आई शपथ
आई ग कसा मारलाय. आपला जीएफ बघ काय मारतो.
Stay taut as a bowstring. The
बाबा तो सिरियस खेळतो तुझ्याकडनं बाय दे चल
Thanks.
I need this. I need this.
पैसा नाही रे
सोवा.
My thanks.
थँक्यू ब्रदर.
अरे
Green with your back.
इकडे
एक
नाही
नंबरचा हागर आहे तुझं.
बापरे. इकडे 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 बिला झाला बिला झाला बिला झाला बिला झाला बिला 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 बिला.
यू लय घाणेरडा दिला रे मला शॉट. राईटला. अरे तुझा बोलतोय राईटला आहे तरी लेफ्टला बघतोय.
मी
I know
बघितल्यानंतर तू
exactly
बोललास.
where you are.
आईला त्या सायफर चल रे. आईला बॉक्सच्या मागं पण लागते ना बाबा गोळी. चल रे जितना तर आपणच आहे एवढंच की आपण आरामात खेळतोय. सोवा दणकवतोय.
area.
मी सिरियस खेळायला लागलो ना भावा. ते 8-0 होतील.
One enemy remaining.
नाईस नाईस नाईस.
Spike planted.
स्वतः हैराण झाला असेल जेट पण आईच्या गावात काय मारतोय हा.
स्पाइक प्लांट करा की लागा ना. स्पाइक प्लांट आहे. तुला लाज वाटली पाहिजे ऋषी माहिती.
कशाला मी लाजू.
हा लाज वाटली पाहिजे तुला.
Who's got this?
तुला लाज वाटली पाहिजे बघ कसा असा मारायचा तो हागायचा नसतं.
हा का
Match point.
जरा हात गरम पाहिजे रे. ते लोक
Let's use that.
तव्यावर ठेव होईल.
हा
गरम गरम बोच्यावर ठेव होईल हात गरम.
ये तुझ्याच करतो. तुझ्याच हातात तुझ्याच ह्याच्यावर ठेवतो. नको रे शी. रेज कोण
येतो
हाय हाकतीये. तू मुद्दाम करते. काय करायचं. ए टाइमपास आईला ये मॅच मध्ये टाइमपास झालाय. सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी. आता हे कोण हागणार मीच हाकतोय.
आईची
मी किती
आई
घाण
शपथ
हाकतोय
देव
रे.
मारला ना.
शी
आई
रे, मी किती
शपथ.
घाण खेळतोय.
Last player
रेजला
standing.
पळवतोय बघ कसा तो.
रेस बघ ना ड्युलिस्ट असून त्याला बोल भाई तू ड्युलिस्ट आहे भावा. तुला एंट्री द्यायची
भाई.
असती. यो भाई होल्ड करून खेळतोय.
अरे थांब ना गोरख ते 1 मिनिट थांब ना.
हा बोल.
बोलते ना.
हा काय बोलतोय. हा बरोबर ना.
भाई,
रेज एंट्री
रेज
करतो ना.
एक
रेज
काम
एंट्री
कर.
करतो. रेज एंट्री करतो ना.
अरे तुझ्या आईचा घोर गोरखाचा असा चमट देईल ना तुला शांत बस. बोलतोय मी त्याच्या.
अरे पण मी बरोबर मी तेच सांगतोय ना. रेज एंट्री करतो ना. हा का माग थांबून खेळतोय अल्ट बिल्ड घेऊन सगळं.
एक काम कर गोरख.
हा तू बोल.
30 seconds left.
तू बोल.
मी शांत राहत.
हा बोल 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 बोल.
अरे
बोल ना बोल ना बोल ना. बोल मला माहिती
गप्रा
आहे जिंकणार आहे आपण.
गेला.
ठीक आहे.
गप्रा.
Nightmare's over.
हा शॉट लय आवडतो मला. आला आला आला.
10 seconds left.
या एक एक करून या.
काय झालं जिंकला. जिंकली ती लोक.
होता
हे मुद्दाम खेळतोय असा. ड्युलिस्ट कशाला घेतलाय मग तू बाळ.
My quiver is never full.
बाय देचन. आया तुझ्याकडेच नाही. रेज बाय. रेज बाय तो. हा
I need this.
अरे आपण जिंकणार आहे रे आरामात. पण काय आहे, जरा इंटेन्स मुवमेंट क्रिएट करायचे. इंटेन्स मुवमेंट.
रेज रेज बाय मी. रेज बाय दे. अरे रेज बाय दे ना. नो क्या नो बोचत बोल तुझ्या.
आई शपथ रे किती डॅमेज दिला त्याला मी.
Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
आईला मी लो केला.
Cutting their vision.
आई शपथ रे यांच्या आईची कटकट मलाच का मारताय सारखी.
Shock dart.
अरे त्याला तोड ना.
Cutting their vision.
काय फालतू गेम प्ले चाललाय रे आपला. शी. ओ दे 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 दणको दणको दणको.
Insect.
Right here.
Get out of my way!
अरे त्याला साधी ह्याला गोळी नाही लागत ड्रोनला.
One enemy remaining.
चलो
It is done.
Attackers win.
जिंकलो.
I'm not tired. Are you?
किती फालतू गेम झाला यो. एवढा बोरिंग गेम कधी झालाच नाही ऋषी तुझ्यामुळे.
चले मी जातो. बाय बाय. 1 वाजले मला जेवायला जायचं.
का रे बाबा.
आईच माझी. अरे नाही रे, आई बोलवते मला. कॉल मगाचपासून 2 आलेत. मी येतोय. आई किती वाजेपर्यंत खेळणार आहेस?
चल ना आता वॉच पार्टी बघत बसन.
एक काम करू, संध्याकाळी
Finals
करतोय का?
संध्याकाळी सुबह उठने का है.
अरे संध्याकाळी बोललो रे, 6 वाजता. 6 ते 2 तास करू, नाहीतर 5:30 ते 7:30 करू.
देखते है. पण आता आता बघू ना. तू ये ना. तू का टेन्शन घेतो भाई.
हा मी जेवून येईल. तरी पण किती वाजतील? 2:30 वाजतील मला.
जा ना मग मी तुला थोडं थांबवलंय. निघ लवकर निघ.
हड रे.
हड.
अरे हड.
अरे हाड रे. लवकर निघ. अजिबात थांबू नको इथं. काय? अरे गेलास. हॅलो. गेला गेला. हे गेला रे. गेला. तो कुठेस? ये लवकर. आपण आता वॉच पार्टी बघणार आहेत. ला 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 ला. झाली का चालू? येस ब्रो. येस. ओ
기대를 하지
5
않고
मिनिटं.
보셔도 기대보다 잘할 수 있기 때문에
कुठली भाषा आहे?
응원만 해주시면 될 것 같습니다.
फायनल्स तर बघणार ना भावांनो.
빗대자면
좀 성장물 같은 느낌이 될 것 같아요. 만년 2등만 하는 놈들이 모여가지고 이제
코리안 번데 딜로가.
탈환을 해내는 그런 스토리가 이제 젠지 스토리로 마무리되면은 되게 좋을 것 같아요.
이번 연도는 특히 간절한 선수들만
원래 그래?
남았다라고 표현을 할 수밖에 없는 게 누구는 지금 처음 시작하고 누구는 자기 커리어의 마지막이 될 수도 있는 순간이기 때문에 모두들 간절한 시기거든요. 그렇기 때문에 더욱더 저희의 시간이 아닐까 싶습니다.
제 자신에 대해서 좀 많은 기대감을 좀 부응시키고 싶어요.
फायनल्स आता ही मॅच बघायला एवढी मजा येणार आहे ना. अशा बंदे मारणार नाही लोक.
그렇게 게임을 하는 게 제 아이디어의 방향성.
काय तर पाहिजेच ना.
젠지가 트로피를 질 시간이다.
이제는 제가 누군지 사람들에게 보여줄 시간입니다. 각자 다른 팀에서 가장 잘하는 선수들만 모아놨기 때문에 올해 퍼시픽은 저희 젠지의 시간입니다.
앞에 서지 마라. 다 죽는다.
I think it's a very impressive year for us. Obviously, we want to be better, but I wouldn't complain. I mean, overall, it's a very great year for us.
Good, but at the same time, not so good as well because we didn't manage to get the first.
I can say it's quite painful to talk about last champions for us. I feel like I can play better on international stage, but just first international tournament, need to more experience.
This one was a different lesson. I think the pressure this time was way more immense than the last time and we just couldn't cope.
We made a lot of mistakes and every time in grand finals we always choke, and I think that's what makes me regret.
For me it's like really exhausted, but I guess it's worth it since like we made a deep run in every tournament. Yeah.
Austin's been okay. I mean, I think most of us are just trying to relax and From what I see, I don't think the boys know how to relax. They just continue playing Valorant, you know.
I think we've been like, we're just chilling, you know, because I think we just treat off-season as like tournament, but it's like we chill at the same time, so it's like holiday and tournament at the same time.
It would be hard, I think, to try to maintain the performance or try to increase the performance, because sometimes when you think it too hard, then you're gonna mess it up, you know. We shouldn't put so much expectation. I mean, obviously, we having a new player and we gotta like adapt to Monyet and stuff.
It's only a simple answer. PRX won last year and they won me, so yeah, I just joined them.
It's pretty click with us, and like the jokes and everything is pretty click. Even like the play style, I would say like pretty similar, like aggressive.
He fit with us very fast with this play style, let's say double gaming. He's also like very chill guy, very talkative. He's really good boy in real life.
He's a very self-motivated kid, you know, and it's been so far it's been enjoyable to play. It's a bit like when Ilya joined, you know, same thing, like super self-motivated. It's very, very like nice to see that like these kind of players exist out there, you know.
At first, it was a little bit uncomfortable because I'm not used how they actually play. But after a lot of scrims and a lot of VOD review, now I feel like I understand how they play and then I can follow their pace.
Obviously, I hope he don't feel the pressure and just play his own game, because he's a very good player also, you know.
I didn't want to expect anything like much more. I just want to qualify to international event and I hope we can win.
I don't want to be too ambitious also before everyone even know us. Just like slowly grind again and then like start from zero, because basically new year gonna be new us, you know. Less expectation and try our best.
2024.
We literally have the best players in APAC.
We has world-class players, and I think it's very exciting to see what we can do with like a extra flexible guy in the team.
We play like how we want. The playstyle will be almost the same. Try to like W gaming as much as we can.
Now, veterans. If we're well rested and we're having fun, then it's gonna be a good year.
We get close to number one, right? So 2024, hopefully we get the trophy, I guess.
To our enemies, you see the drip on me, you cannot get with me, you cannot stop me. Sit back and wait. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't got no fear. Sit back and take notes, cause homie, we get hit. Let's get ready for the rumble. All y'all welcome to the jungle. Hold up, y'all really beat. Bring it on. Enemies all around, ready for war now. Standing on his ground, and we will not give up the ground. Fight. Into the jungle.
It's the final day of kickoff in Seoul, South Korea. Welcome back to Valorant Champions Tour Pacific Kickoff. We are down to our 2 finalists going to Masters Madrid, PRX and Gen G. I'm your host, Chubby Ninja, and with me at the desk, we got Quack and Paper Thin. It's been kind of an incredible 7 days, and you were rooting for Gen G for most of the way.
Yeah, from the beginning, I had a lot of faith in this squad. I really feel like Gen G has so much firepower, and this is something that I thought would really be important coming into this event because teams are still trying to figure themselves out. And yeah, you can play scrims and you can have you think you might have a decent idea of what's going on, but until you really get on stage, it's really hard to say for sure how that's all going to pan out.
But then after, Texture coming in onto Gen G, once they got onto the stage last night, that was a whole new different look. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good to see Texture back in full form. Now, but while both of these teams have qualified to Masters Madrid, it's still really important for them to win today for qualification towards Champions in August.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on here, right? Not only do you want to win here today to maybe get yourself a little bit of better seeding going forward, but only one team gets Champions points. That's it. So you got to win here today. There's a lot on the line, actually. Yeah, you've already made Madrid. That's nice. But there's still a ton to play for here in this best of 5.
And we were really lucky yesterday with both a Susanto derby and a Korean derby with PRX defeating T1 and Gen G versus DRX in a 2-0 respectively.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really wild match. I think for both sides, definitely, you could see a lot of crazy games, a lot of crazy improvements on all the teams. I mean, not just PRX, not just Gen G, but also like T1 and DRX as well. The new compositions that we've witnessed. But of course, when it comes down to it, PRX are the defending champions. PRX are still the ones to defeat. They are the ones who are on top and constantly being creative, constantly being innovative with how they play. And you can feel all the differences with the way that they're coming in that matchup against T1.
Yeah, I would say, despite being the defending champions, I think there are a lot of questions about Monyet, and with Jing not being around, would they still be as good? I'm sure there's pressure. And arguably, Gen G is sort of the underdogs of the Korean team circuit. It's sort of like how PRX was regarded once upon a time.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think a lot of people thought that Gen G would be good, but maybe not good enough to get to Madrid. And most people suspecting that either T1 or DRX would be the team that would be representing Korea potentially coming through. But Gen G is just so well stacked right now, and it's just truly impressive what HSK and Solo have been able to do with this roster to get them in place, having to grind through so many games. It has been insane the amount of games they have had to play.
Look at all those games.
It's nuts. It's bonkers. And so being able to mentally be able to be resilient throughout all of that, to come through here, have to cut through so many different teams, so many really good teams. I mean, we saw how close Team Secret pushed them in the play-in. To be able to get here like that is beyond impressive to me.
Yes, it's been incredible run for Gen G so far, and here we got PRX arriving at the venue, both of the teams. And PRX dominated yesterday in a 2-0 victory against T1. I think we were really excited seeing Xcurate face against Jason. I was kind of sad. Jason even posted about it recently. He was like, I'm really sad I don't get to go to Madrid with my brother this year.
It does feel a little bit, sad sometimes. Watching Izu up on the stage too.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to play their hearts out. Everyone's giving their best performances, and when it comes down to it, sometimes one team's just a little bit better, and I guess Forsaken is the better Susanto for now, but he would have loved to have his brother along as well. But the main thing is still the fact that PRX is that good. They are always changing things up. You saw that Harbor, you saw the Fade, and how Forsaken was operating with that Odin. So I don't know, we're gonna have a really explosive match today.
And both Texture and Monyet, we're looking at the 2 teams now. They were teammates last year on Global Esports.
Yeah.
And this year, they're facing each other, and they're both going to their very first international event in Madrid.
I'm pretty surprised about this for a lot of these players, that it's going to be their first global event because they're so good. I mean, Monyet in particular last year was lights out on those controllers. He seems to be having a little bit of trouble adjusting to the PRX squad, but I think over time it's going to be fine. Texture, on the other hand, I've always rated him as overall the second best duelist in Korea, going back to the First Strike days and stuff when he's on Damwon Kia. I really thought that he had the complete package. In terms of an individual player, it's just a matter of finding him the right team, just kind of like with Laki again. You know, he had a stint on DK as well. Now back here on to Genji, once again finding himself at a global tournament, defeating DRX along the way to get there again is an insane storyline for him. You know, because he defeated DRX, spent some time on Vision Strikers, well, they were Vision Strikers back then, and then changed over to a few different teams like Exist and then DK. And to have him back is so exciting because he's a player who really made a mark on fans' minds at that Reykjavik event. Obviously, the Ascent dropdown. He literally has like a play that everybody pretty much has to try at some point on Ascent named after him.
No, I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And a lot of people doubted Genji because they kept revealing so many maps, so many strategies. So by the time you get to a team like DRX, you think, no way Genji's gonna win, but they proved us completely wrong. It's almost like Genji, literally all of us, and it's like Genji completed all these side quests along the way. Now they're going back to face PRX again, and you know what happens when you complete all the side quests and face the final boss again.
You're going up against a raid boss, but you're completely decked out in the shiniest, like highest powered gear ever. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a bit of that same story. They've revealed a lot. We've seen so many maps. We've seen how they play Bind. We've seen how they kind of set up plays to counter the Yoru, for example. So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of preparation that PRX could do. But based on what we've seen against DRX, Coach Solo, Coach HSK, they've shown that they know how to adapt. They've shown that they know how to set up some of these anti-strats or counterplays, especially up against executes on sites, for example. So I think PRX does have to watch out because if they start to make mistakes, if they start to underestimate their opponents, Genji could absolutely walk away with a win today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really think that Genji has the firepower right now, the confidence right now, and just sort of the form from having to play so many matches that it seems like they found a nice groove. Like, to me, they're getting better and better in terms of like what you're talking about, right? The anti-stratting, the coordination and those kind of things. But individually, their firepower is through the roof, winning so many 1v1s against DRX players yesterday. Munchkin had 11 first bloods yesterday, by the way. And like, that's insane. I mean, that's the Munchkin style, right? He's out there kind of on his own, trying to make things work. And he's so individually talented that he can.
Karen also was amazing yesterday, and I think it's arguably, if it wasn't for him clutching that round of Bind against DRX yesterday, it might not have turned around the way it would have.
That's the pivot point for sure in that match, and he had 2 4Ks yesterday. He had a couple clutches, a 1v1 and a 1v2. Huge stuff coming out of a rookie, a guy completely untested. Again, never playing through any of the tier 2 or tier 3 scene at all. Just a dude who was playing ranked and happened to get queued up with some Genji staff and players, and they were like, we got to try this guy out. And it turned out he's really good, and he's better than anyone could have expected.
Could you imagine finding one of your star teammates on a ranked game? So those of you home playing ranked, you never know, he might be queuing up with, and you could be the next PRX or Genji team member. So now we're looking at their team stat comparisons here, and it's not that different from each other than their map picks and bans.
Yeah, that's the wildest thing too, right? It's not too far apart. Maybe Genji has some higher round percentage wins because of the number of games they've been playing, but the main thing that you want to focus on is attack and defense. Still, Genji, the way that they're playing is often just trying to catch up, trying to get that lead against their opponents, whereas PRX, we all know them. We know how explosive and how, they come in with that chaotic play, that W gaming style of strategy. It has been tempered a bit, though. That's the thing that I do want to focus on, because right now, as we look at the Pentagon win contribution rate, everyone has chipped in. Monyet still, trying to adjust a little bit here and there. His Rays looked really good, but on the controller sometimes we haven't really had those same sort of Monyet Monday moments as compared to like last year when he was on Global Esports, for example.
You know why? It's because it's not Monday.
Yeah.
That's clearly the problem.
Where's Asarai? He's the one who never knows what day it is. So.
That's right.
He's
just
got to tell Monyet it's Monday every day. Just be like, no, Monyet, it's Monday today. Like.
You hear that, Monyet? Today's Monday. Don't worry about the calendar.
I didn't know that.
But I don't think this radar turret tells the whole story anyway. We've seen contributions coming in unexpectedly. Divide on the Sage, on Sunset last week was also, a bit unusual, not coming from their usual duelist something.
Yeah, I really like the way that they play Sunset, using that wall. Because in my mind, when I first looked at Sunset, the first thing I thought was this is kind of like Split. And so I think comps that are similar to Split comps can work really well because you can cut off a lot of similar ideas, right? You have that wall on B that cuts off Market and the defender spawn side. And then they can use that to throw all of their initiator utility over the wall to keep things at bay, to get the plant, get in the post-plant setups, and make it really challenging for the opponent to really disrupt you or really keep you from getting into a place where it's going to be easier to get that defuse.
Especially when they have that Gecko as well. Wingman, little homie
Exactly.
going in to get the spike planted. There's so much that that comes in because of that value.
Now we're looking at our key players here, Forsaken and Texture. While they have slightly different roles, they have been highly impactful on both of their teams.
And you can definitely see it right here on this chart. I mean, different roles. I think that's one thing to definitely pay attention to, but they are both, the star fraggers of the team. Forsaken, we know how incredibly sharp he is with that aim. Coming in with the Odin sometimes, playing these different roles, flexing around. He does so much. You always have to watch out for him. Sometimes he's coming in with flanks. Sometimes he's there to make plays for his team. Meanwhile, someone like Texture has been consistently topping the charts ever since we started this kickoffs. He's been that Raze player, he's been that Jet, he's getting highlights with the Bladestorm, but the thing that stands out to me the most right now, especially in this matchup against PRX, is how he opts. Remember yesterday in that game against T1, PRX struggled with Xayah player's operator a little bit. If the same thing happens today with Texture's operator, and Texture continues to be mobile across the map, that's going to be something that maybe Alex is going to have to call some timeouts.
Might be some desk banging in there. Yeah. I agree with you fully. I mean, Texture's operator has been good. What's even been more impressive is his ability without the operator. He's got great sheriff play, as we've seen with all of Gen G. They have been absolutely ridiculous.
That last round.
Yeah, there is no eco round against the Gen G. They have such a fearsome firepower with those sheriffs that you're really looking at those rounds as potential losses. Like, they're so good. So that's something you got to keep an eye out for. His rifling is amazing. He's been absolutely tremendous in finding high-impact multi-kill rounds to really change the dynamic, just like Karan. So, yeah, Texture's a player you got to watch out for, and if you can slow him down, you will slow Gen G down.
What's been interesting about both of these teams, though, is that with Texture wasn't perfect every single day, and he even said it himself in his interview that he was feeling down. He told his teammates, same thing with Karan, he was like, I'm feeling down, and they're asking their teammates for support. PRX is very much the same way. Something apparently as well was feeling a little bit off yesterday, but the rest of his teammates helped step up to it. With that, we're gonna go talk to our coaches Solo and Alex to see what they have to say about this matchup. Don't kill each other.
Thank you guys, and hello everyone. Welcome to the last day of VCT Pacific kickoff. After 8 days of fierce competition, 9 teams have fallen and only 2 remain. I'm standing here with PRX's coach Alex and Gen G's coach Solo for a quick pre-match interview. VCT 파시픽의 시작을 알리는 킥오프 8일간의 진검승부 끝에 두 팀이 결승을 기다리고 있습니다. 경기에 앞서서 PRX의 알렉스 감독 그리고 젠지의 솔로 감독 만나보도록 할게요. Thank you coaches for joining me. I'm going to start with you first, Solo, because yesterday 2-0 against DRX. Gen G is going to Madrid. How excited are the guys? Has it soaked in yet? And tell me about the vibes around the team. 어제 DRX를 2대0으로 꺾고 마스터즈 진출을 확정지었습니다. 젠지 선수들 모두 신나있고 또 자신감에 차 있을 것 같은데요. 어제 이후로 현재까지 팀의 분위기는 어떨까요?
어제 일단 이기고는 기쁨을 많이 만끽했고요. 그냥 어제 제가 선수들한테 얘기했던 거는 아직 결승이 남았으니까 어제까지만 기쁨을 만끽하고 내일은 결승을 위해서 다시 준비를 잘하자 라고 얘기를 했습니다.
Yesterday, we definitely enjoyed our win against DRX. Everything was just so happy. We were elated. But then coming into today, I told the guys, you know what, enjoy it while it lasts, but we still have one more to go today. So let's put our best into it, make sure we walk away with the win today as well. Well, one player I want to talk about is Karan, because what a great pickoff. I feel like out of all the Pacific rookies, he had the hardest to run, but yet he's the one with the strongest finish in this tournament. So what can you tell us about his performance yesterday? 카론 선수 얘기를 하고 싶은데 사실 퍼시픽 신인 선수들 중에서 가장 힘든 경기를 치렀지만 끝에 웃는 건 또 카론 선수였잖아요. 어제 임팩트가 정말 대단했는데 감독님 보시기에는 특별한 계기가 있었을까요?
사실 저희 막내 카론 선수가 조금 경험도 많이 부족하고 네, 경기도 많이 뛴 적이 많이 없기 때문에 사실 긴장을 엄청 많이 했어요. 근데 사실 저희가 그룹 C에서부터 이제 뭐 플레이스까지 해서 경기를 굉장히 많이 했잖아요. 근데 그게 저희 팀한테는 좀 더 도움이 된 것 같아요. 특히 카론 선수한테도 많이 도움이 됐고, 그리고 특히 어제는 긴장을 조금 하면서도 네, 좀 자신 있게 플레이해서 좋은 결과가 있지 않았나 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
Well, Karan coming in this year to Pacific, he didn't have a lot of experience playing on stage and playing a lot of matches, but having played so many games throughout our run in the Group C and also down to the losers bracket and back here all the way up to the finals, I think it helped us out a lot building that experience, and especially for Karan too. Well, I think he still had the jitters a little bit, but yesterday I could see the confidence in him, and he performed very well yesterday. Well, last but not least, PRX. They're known for their counter defaults. Sometimes nothing, literally nothing works against them. And having a great response to that kind of playstyle would be a huge win condition for you. So how did you prepare for today's matchup? 이제 PRX가 상대의 디폴트를 깨부수는 것으로 또 유명하잖아요. 여기에 대해서 어떻게 젠지가 대처하는지가 관건일 텐데 좀 어떻게 준비하셨나요?
좀 짧은 시간이었지만 네, 저희도 맞받아치겠습니다. 저희도 피지컬이 저희도 뭐 뒤처지지 않는다고 생각하기 때문에 소극적인 플레이보다 PRX 상대로 할 때 저희도 같이 맞받아치는 정도로 네, 그렇게 했기 때문에 그게 잘 되면 네, 재밌는 경기가 될 것 같아요. 네.
It wasn't a lot of time to prep coming into this matchup, but for PRX, I am fully confident that we can definitely fight back. And if they want to fight, well, come at us, you know, we're ready to fight back. We have great aims, we have great skills, and I just feel like it's going to be a great game once we all go proactive and aggressive and take those aim duels and see who comes out on top. Well, thank you, Solo. I'm going to turn to you, Alex. Well, Gen G, they've been growing and becoming stronger and stronger match by match. So how much bigger of a threat is Gen G now compared to 6 days ago? 알렉스 감독님, 젠지가 경기를 거듭하면서 정말 강팀으로 성장하는 모습인데요. 이전에 만났던 젠지 그리고 오늘의 젠지 얼마나 달라진 것 같나요?
Yeah, I think they played like 16 maps on stage.
마이크에서 본도 또 있고 싫어마다.
You get used to the stage and conditions, and you get more comfortable.
잠깐만 가야 돼.
We played 5, I think, and well, they have more. You know, it's a give and take, right? We have more footage to review, but I think they might be a little bit more comfortable, more relaxed. You know, it's something that we're just growing into right now.
젠지가 알렉스 감독이 생각했을 때 한 15세트를 한 것 같은데 PRX 같은 경우에는 5세트밖에 치르지 않았다고 얘기를 하는데요. 근데 젠지 입장에서는 또 팀에 신인이 있기 때문에 이렇게 경기를 많이 치르는 게 좀 팀의 손이 풀리는데 그리고 몸이 풀리는데 도움이 많이 됐을 것 같다고 얘기를 하면서 하지만 PRX는 또 한편으로는 젠지에 관한 데이터가 많기 때문에 좀 각자의 장단점이 있는 것 같다고 얘기를 합니다. 그래도 오늘 젠지가 좀 많이 몸이 풀리고 선수들도 경험을 토대로 좀 자신감을 얻은 것 같아서 오늘 재밌는 경기가 펼쳐질 거라고 예상하는데요. Well, they took down PRX, definitely a force to be reckoned with. What was your utmost priority when you were preparing for today? 오늘 그러면 젠지가 상당히 위협적인 모습을 보여줄 거라고 예측하실 것 같은데 경기 준비하면서 특별히 신경 썼던 점이 있을까요?
I think we were just trying to review the game that they played against us and see how they were playing. That was the one where we drew the most. That's the one we reviewed the most, basically. I think our most priority would be to make sure that we start in this tournament at all. And we know that against a team that's as confident as them and has as much time to get used to the stage, we need a strong start.
50 maps. That's a lot though. 젠지가 그동안 해왔던 경기를 분석하는 것에 집중을 했다고 하고요. 오늘 페이퍼렉스에게 중요한 점은 좀 시작부터 빠르게 흐름을 가져오는 거라고 얘기를 합니다. 특히나 젠지가 현재까지 몸도 많이 풀렸고 또 이런 경기를 치르는데 너무 익숙해져 있기 때문에 그런 흐름에 휘둘리지 않기 위해서 페이퍼렉스는 좀 이전 경기들과는 다르게 빠르게 흐름을 잡는 게 중요할 것이라고 얘기를 하는데요. Lastly, now more generally though, coming into this year, there were a lot of questions around whether PRX can still be the #1 team of Pacific even without Jing. Now we're about to see that today, but judging from how the team has performed so far, would you say you've answered some of those questions? 올해 찡 선수의 부재로 많은 분들이 좀 페이퍼렉스가 퍼시픽의 왕자를 지켜낼 수 있을까에 대해서 많은 질문을 던지셨습니다. 이런 우려의 목소리가 있었는데 여태까지 팀의 경기력을 보면 좀 찡 선수의 빈자리를 완벽하게 메꿨다고 볼 수 있을까요?
I think it's probably not fair to judge because we've only played 2 games and both of them, I'm playing the same team again, you know. So and 11 people in our league. I think if we want to be the #1 team, we need to win like the majority of the games, you know, and then so I hope that I don't know, not that yet. We're gonna prove it. We're proving it again.
아직은 조금 대답하기 이른 것 같다고 얘기를 하십니다. 왜냐하면 이제 또 경기를 많이 치르지 않았던 데다가 젠지와의 리매치를 치르기 때문에 또 같은 팀을 2번 만나는 것이기 때문에 아직까지 뭔가 찡 선수의 빈자리가 완벽하게 메꿔졌다고 단언할 수는 없지만 그래도 이제 리그가 계속될수록 좀 승리를 계속해서 거듭하고 또 견고한 모습을 보여줬을 때 그때서야 퍼시픽의 왕자를 지켜낼 수 있다고 얘기할 수 있을 것 같다고 얘기를 해주셨습니다. Well, thank you, coaches, for the interview. Have a good game. Good luck to you both. And over to you, Victoria. 이렇게 해서 얌팀의 감독님들 만나봤고요. 이어서 분석 데스크 함께 만나보시죠.
아이짜 가원.
Thank you so much, Jen and coaches. You know, she asked Solo what kind of strategies they would be using against PRX. I was thinking maybe Solo was going to teach the rest of his team the Lakia move, where you jump over, you Mario jump.
You jump over the showstopper.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I would teach.
Just like, whoa, whoops, sorry, I'm good.
Monyet's coming. Like that, just jump over it. Mario jump it. Now it's a really interesting interview. We mentioned this a bit yesterday. Alex said in his interview before that he looks up to Solo, Termi, and Bile, even the previous coach of Gen G. They used to be ex-teammates back then, and when Alex was a younger player, he used to study everything they did. So I imagine he's going to be studying everything that they've been doing and trying to get into the mind of Solo because Solo's obviously figure something out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Solo seems to have found a good balance with this team of some level of kind of that static, disciplined Korean style, some good executes, but they seem a little more free-flowing as well. Like, there's a lot of moments where it seems like they're pretty good off the cuff, and that's maybe just because, you know, they haven't had much time with Solo yet, and they have to kind of rely on their own individual skill and those kind of things, but when it gets messy, so far, Gen G has been really, really good, and it's been on the backs of players like Texture, like Karan. Lakia's had a couple great clutch moments as well. So, you know, these players have all been there, done that for the most part, except for a couple new ones. And therefore, you can kind of get down and dirty with that PRX style, and I think they're going to hang very, very well, and that's something that PRX has to be concerned about.
Yeah, I think they do. Now, just when we were looking at our talent predictions, Kilio said this, like nothing has happened the way it should have happened, and I completely agree. A lot of our predictions were actually, you know, there were serious predictions, and a lot of teams have surprised us, and this is actually very different right now. Today's prediction, we're actually split between PRX and Gen G, and this is very different than the very first time these two teams faced off.
Yeah, it definitely does not feel the same way. It feels like anything can happen right now because we could do all of our analysis. We can base all of our predictions based off of games that we've seen before in the past. But once you get down into that server, once you get on that stage playing with, you know, a whole crowd watching you, feeling everything that's happening at once, everything is different. Everything is different. And I think Solo had a really good point about Karan's confidence as well. So, you know, I think PRX has to be in the right mindset. I think they got to feel good. They got to feel ready. And, well, if not, if they're a little bit shaky, let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all don't know. This is an even split. I do want to chat with you on your prediction for Genji after this, but I hear the players are ready to enter the stage. So let's see who's going to take their shot at getting closer to Champions qualifications. Is it going to be Genji or PRX?
आली एंट्री आता एंट्री होईल हे सोम गेला कुठं ये लवकर दोन मॅचेस आहेत गेंजी
This is something. Committed position now. Really think they can try to back out of this one, but they don't wait.
Information.
Hello guys, my name is Jason, aka Forsaken, and I play for Team PRX. By beating my brother, and we went to the finals. My brother used his ulti to defuse the bomb, and it's like really make us a bit mental down. That round is really important for us, and we just lost because he just defused with the 200 IQ, always W gaming, so I think it doesn't matter for us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Genji, I think they're looking really strong with the new member. The player that I watch out for the most in Genji is Texture, because he play really well and he show us that his duelist is really crazy. I mean, like on fire. So yeah. Even though we play small number of games, but we reach grand final means we still one of the strongest team in Pacific. I'm really excited for Master Setter. I'm really excited for what we can show to you guys in Madrid, and I think I hope you guys just keep supporting PRX all the time until we can bring trophy for this year.
안녕하세요. 젠지에서 활동 중인 메테오 김태호입니다. 1경기 끝나고 이제 2경기 들어가기 전에는 진짜 한 걸음 남았다 얘들아 이런 얘기 많이 오갔고 두 번째 맵에서 로터스를 했는데 저희가 세계에서 가장 잘한다고 자부할 수 있고 스크림 때 또 성적이 좋았어가지고 연습해온 대로 했던 것 같습니다.
라가를 로컬 매치
썸띵 선수가 가장 견제되는 것 같고 항상 썸띵 선수의 플레이를 보고 있으면 감탄밖에 나오지 않아서 썸띵 선수만 조심한다면 저희가 충분히 이길 거라고 생각합니다. 단 한 경기 결승전만을 남기고 있는데 페이퍼렉스를 이기게 되면 킥오프 우승에다가 그리고 1시드로 진출하는 걸로 알고 있는데 그 점도 저희에겐 유리하게 작용할 것 같아서 페이퍼렉스를 꼭 이기고 저희가 마드리드에 1시드로 올라가겠습니다.
पाऊस बी सगळं झालंय काय?
As PRX and Gen G go through their map picks, one can't help but wonder about Breeze, because that was the first map to kick things off between these two teams last time, and it was really close.
It was close, but it did favor Gen G, so you might want to think twice about playing that same map again. But then again, after seeing everything play out, you know, we've seen Gen G's improvements all across the board. Now we're starting to think, like, maybe you want to watch out for what Gen G has in store. Like, maybe you want to ban out something that they're good at, like an icebox, maybe?
Yeah, I think you've got three tough choices here as PRX, where you're going to have to fall into a map that you're not comfortable with, whether it be Icebox, Breeze, or Bind, right? Like, one of those three is going to come through. They haven't played Bind yet, so kind of curious if that's something that Gen G is going to lean into. They were able to get over DRX. It was an overtime, a map that DRX has widely been very good on Bind. You know, talked about it yesterday, where obviously DRX beat Fnatic on Bind at Champs last year. Again, slightly different roster, but it is what it is. So my eyes are really on what does Gen G not want to play? Sunset. This makes total sense to me.
Oh, yeah.
PRX is just too good on this map right now. They've got so much control with that Sage wall. I don't think they were able to dial up an answer in time.
Yeah, they were really busy this kickoff, I would say.
Just a bit.
They don't have much time to pluck that map apart.
All these Gecko plays coming through, and it happens on Ascent as well. So interestingly enough, that Gen G picks it against PRX, because that was the map that PRX had a slightly better time against T1 on, with Forsaken and Fade and his Odin.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. 13-6, a little bit.
I mean, it's interesting. Both teams kind of maybe leading into the maps I didn't expect initially. So Gen G goes for Lotus. They lost to PRX on this the first time around. What have they been able to figure out? I mean, they do look a lot better on this map, especially with Meteor and Munchkin lurking around the map. Have been an absolute nightmare for other teams to deal with recently.
All right, and then leaving Breeze for the last one. Bind, PRX hasn't shown their Bind in the longest time, but we also did see how Gen G counters DRX's Yoru pick on Bind, which again is something that PRX could do, but then again, you never know. Last year, they suddenly picked out Arena, so
I think we might see ISO up there.
Oh, ISO!
Look, there's like 4 agents Forsaken hasn't played yet. So
Deadlock?
Deadlock, ISO, Sage, so far this, you know, the last couple of seasons.
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah, exactly. He's busy making his Pokedex full.
Here we go into Ascent.
Classic compositions.
Yep.
PRX playing the same thing that they did yesterday against T1. Now, the thing about this composition for PRX, though, is that we need every single player to pop off, right? And while Monyet did have some great entries, stats-wise, it wasn't quite up there with the rest of the team, but again, it doesn't really matter if Something and Monyet are working in tandem to secure a lot of these sites. It's just I'm more worried about what Gen G has prepared, because the way that they played Ascent against Zeta Division shows that they absolutely knew how to play defense.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have a little bit more ability to adjust to the fast-paced PRX comp with the KO in there to shut things down.
Well, the Tiger Nation is facing off the Rexes, facing once again to close out the Pacific kickoffs. Taking us through the action is Achilleos and William.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we are, another grand final, but this time a very different face on the other side of the arena. PRX punching a ticket, as expected by a lot of us, to get to this point, to go to Madrid. But it's not DRX on the other side of the arena. It is a different Korean squad, Gen G, the young up-and-coming challengers, to see if they can take away the throne.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, not entirely unfamiliar faces, right? We've got head coach Solo and Locky on that side. They have succeeded in D3 and DRS before, but this squad, a lot of people thought they're going to need a lot more time. Of course, the talent is there, but they're going to need to grow into it. They say, no, we want to get all the experience we can in kickoff and go right into Madrid with a strong force. And today, I mean, last time they matched up in Group C, it was a 2-1 map score, so it could go either way.
It very well could. I mean, you're talking about getting experience. Gen G have been getting the maximum amount of experience, maximum maps, maximum matches to get to this point. Their ticket to Madrid is punched, but they want to go away as champions. They want to come back into stage 1 with higher expectations, with a trophy on their backs. Let's see if they're going to be able to earn it. Start things off nicely with a map on Ascent.
And of course, the Deaths touch upon it, but the compositions, no changes here from what they last showed. PRX having their own interpretation around this Viper composition, and they have used it quite a bit to great success against T1. So we'll see if Gen G has studied all the tape. Another difference, of course, PRX, when they went up against T1, it was against Execurate's Cypher. And it did prove some trouble for Monyet's Raze, whereas he was kind of getting caught off guard a lot on the entry. It was really the follow-up trades that worked. This time, a little bit more familiarity with the Killjoy setups now on the A site. Looking to just delay that, looking for a retake for Gen G on A.
All right, well, something starting things off hot. Ghost in hand, takes down Texture. Tip of the spear, taken out. Meteor as well, being tracked over in towards main. The door is going to be broken down. The turret will bring up a bit of damage there. Meteor, the classic, swinging out, doesn't manage to find a buy, but a quick peek from Forsaken gets the one tap. Meteor goes down, and something finds the second kills. Munchkin will fall.
A bit of a timing mismatch there. I mean, Meteor, he did his best to hold on to main and even popped the nanosword before he went off. As you see, a lot of damage still quite doable here for Gen G considering the health.
Now just having to back away. Or say back around, but Lakia. Ever so familiar back-gen position this time. No rifle in hand, can't get the win. Will get taken down. She's going to be divided. The only one here dead on the side of PRX as they take the pistol round.
Now, a lot of this, of course, is PRX just knowing when to keep up the tempo. As soon as they get that contact, they understand that it has to be weak. They got the first kill. They want to push through. I mean, you know it's the Jet peeking out. Then you catch sight of the Killjoy. You just want to run through and make sure you destroy everything before backup arrives. So it's a matter of Gen G just maybe not expecting the entire force to follow at full tempo speed, full running all the way up mid.
No cheeky force buys coming in. As Karen trying to just go for a bit of a tempo TP up. Try to catch somebody off guard, but they swing the corner instantly and he is taken down.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind that this screen right now is really set up to try to disrupt mid. So Gen G trying to wonder if that was the case. No, it's a fast push into A.
The Prowler in, Lockett gone. Texture having to dash back to try to get some headshots through. Wilbon pulling his attention. That Monyet picks up a 3K. Looking now for potentially the 4 as Meteor goes down to 15 HP. Jump shot to get him in the head. A 4K for Monyet, and I gotta say, this is the hottest start that we've seen from him thus far.
Yes, I mean, we saw it in the win contribution graph as well. Monyet not really being a big part of the round wins that PRX has gotten. That's not to say that he's not necessarily playing his role. We see whenever he's playing this Raze, his goal is to just create that space, create those angles, create those trades for his teammates. And no better teammates to have for that other than this squad on PRX. Of course, always good for that follow-up kill. And now the Forsaken Odin right from round 3.
To engage. Weapons hot. Lockett as well. Going to be looking to try to utilize that. We'll see who's going to be able to come out on top as they do get ready to spray at each other over there towards B. See a slight creep up from Mind Freak working his way into B main. Munchkin eating some damage there. Monyet just going to be sitting on the boom bot. No one's got situated there in Wine.
Gets them one step closer to that crash. And they could try to bring that back over towards the B side as well. I mean, PRX, they've already accomplished their mission here in the very beginning of the round. Disrupt A main control. That keeps them guessing on the A side. And now you can shift your focus.
Lakia doing the scouting, Meteor doing the killing. Good opening kill to be found here for the side of Gen G as they look to get themselves on the board in this bonus round. Clock running down below a minute now. Seems like ultimately PRX do want to end up over here on this B site. Alarm bot giving that early warning here.
Yeah, but without the full 5. Slowed down just a bit, trying to set up for the pinch from main.
Prowler, wingman sent out. Lakia able to find another kill here on the B side. Meteor as well. Nanoswarm taking down something. Monyet will fall. He manages to find a second elimination. Spike down. Can be retrieved, but now finds himself in a position where have to ace clutch. Tap on the spike, see if anybody's close by.
1v3
See that it's not held.
Yeah, he's more focused on taking down weapons rather than the spike.
Now he's going to get closer. He does have a showstopper online now. But as he swings out behind the box, Munchkin will be able to take him down. So only 2 players lost. Gen G retained 3 weapons and get themselves on the board.
Yeah, one of those rounds where it doesn't feel so bad for either side. Lakia playing heroics there with the Odin, just making sure that PRX can't play their classic W gaming style. Meteor with good coverage too, all the way from backside, or rather towards their spawn, able to create that crossfire. Of course, a lot of delay on the something. Not quite sure what happened there. But this is, I mean, all the way through the paranoia as well, just knowing that you have the crossfire ready to go.
Nice. Ek round card lane.
Keeping things nice and calm for the time being, but we saw yesterday just how rowdy Gen G can get on that stage. I'm sure that we're going to be seeing that energy spiking up. Now, it's been a slow start for the likes of Texture as well as Charon.
He's over
something
it.
going to get pegged.
Nice.
Texture up on the top.
They didn't quite catch the fact that the Jet had flown right over the Thrash. And this seems to be something that Gen G has kind of read through. PRX, whenever they get that Thrash on any map they use the Gecko, they will use it right on the map just to get some map control, and then they'll happily rotate to the other side. When you have that updraft, you can really fake them out.
Still double stacking in this position and Texture, yep. Then he wasn't on the board, now finds himself with 2 kills. Mind Freak pushing in from 3, how we're going to be able to find 1. Fragment nade coming down, does take out Munchkin, but he's quickly traded by that Showstopper, but Texture now
Nice Ray, nice.
picking up the 4K to tie things up to 2-2.
All he needed was a bit of setup in this round to get that first kill, and then he gets going. You love to have a duelist like that. I love the setup that Gen G brings against this Thrash. Obviously, we've seen plays like that before, not necessarily against the Thrash, but this is perfect because the Gecko only has the vision through that Thrash ultimate. So once it ends, you're kind of wondering, did that play happen or not? They tried to time the pinch in with the Showstopper from Link, but Texture's just ready for it. and he's just playing like he's streaming from home.
And there's the energy we were talking about. Still an investment coming in, though, for PRX. Stingers, and this does put a couple of the players quite low on cash.
A timeout.
Yeah, this, I mean, it really has to be considered a bit of a force here on this 5th round. You don't win this one out, you're gonna have to reconsider some of those broken buys in the future.
That's your point, gonna be very nicely timed to find pretty much everybody on the side of PRX. 3 players gonna be caught on that as they try to push their way through, but through the smoke, Munchkin just gonna be able to find Forsaken, not force off the angle fast enough by the Molly. Now spotted here at back Gen. Nade coming out, flash is being sent, Monyet going on the hunt, but doesn't want to push into his own nade too much. Texture swinging out, finding one, dashes forward, catches Monyet over at Gen, and now it's all onto something.
He just won't stop. I mean, he just knows that he's meant to be the one picking up all these frags. Munchkin just buying time, gives him the call that they saw Monyet get into the side, and another 4K for Texture. 8 kills in 2 rounds.
What an unreal catch-up. He saw Monyet topping that chart, and he said, I'll be there. Now he is, 3-2.
Wow.
Gen G in the lead, and it looks like already a timeout call getting ready to come through.
I'm not surprised, especially with the buy that we just had, but Munchkin just spraying through the smoke. I love that because we're seeing this change where teams are trying to get as close as possible into these sites before they start their actual execute. So really denying that possibility. After the first one, he's like, oh yeah, this feels common enough. Just calm down on the 4K.
And there we go. PRX, Alex wanting to try to slow this down a little bit, maybe slow the momentum from Texture as well.
Yeah, I mean, you have to consider the impact that timeouts can have outside of the server as well. Sometimes just one player is heating up too much. We've seen coaches talk about it time and time again. Alex has showcased it time and time again, even in this tournament, back at the AVL as well, when Side Player was just popping off on that Sunset map, just calls the back-to-back timeouts, really slows down the tempo. Now, Gen G, they've been on the receiving end of this against multiple teams even throughout this kickoff, and given the energy they showed on stage, I don't know if it's going to be enough to cool off the primary duelist in Texture.
I mean, he's just been so consistent. I mean, maybe a handful of times those first couple matches that we were seeing from Gen G where when it did go to that map 3, he and Meteor would slash a little bit, but the rest of the team was rising to the occasion to kind of try and compensate for that impact. But I mean, after yesterday, it was just steamroll the whole way through.
Yeah, the fact that they even feel comfortable enough to kind of tell each other that, right? It's just saying, I'm having a tough time this map. Someone please carry us through, and then I'll get right back into it in the next half. Comms like that, you love to hear from a team that had so much trouble finding the right ingredients around themselves as players.
Okay, well, Forsaken bringing that Reign of Terror to an end as Texture does get taken down, 0 point to 9. He's a bit of that utility, spotting out 3 players. Freak still lurking around outside of B main, just tucked away. The drone won't be able to spot him.
And this has to be, oh, they don't spot Meteor. This is huge because the pinch might get slowed down by the
Go far enough, but yep, got enough damage across. Forsaken going to be taken out. Alarmbot trigger might have actually caught him as Charon going to be able to find 2. And after a good start and finding Texture, the spear right off the rip, and suddenly down to Mind Freak and Devi. They were working some miracles yesterday, and they deliver some more. Now, the answer is going to be no. Devi just stuck out here outside of A main.
And this is the trouble that PRX is going to have throughout this match, as Munchkin gets another kill through the smoke once again.
The 0 point didn't even go off.
He was just ready for it. He's just ready for a reaction with these pre-fires. I mean, this is where that experience comes in for someone like Munchkin. But Gen G, there are no slouches when it comes down to these 1v1 duels, so PRX can't just get away with trying to create a distraction one side and then just push as one force, step by step, into another area. They're going to get craftier, they're going to have the aim to fire back. I mean, Meteor hiding from that Prowler was everything. Just bigging up each other on that team. I mean, some wondered, including myself, if players would kind of get along even, given the history they have and the egos they might have from the pride that they've built up throughout their careers, but they are getting along just fine.
Seeing them around the studio just hanging out, and oh boy.
Don't think they would have spotted him just yet.
Mind Freak still does get tagged, down to 25 HP. He's gonna rotate back around towards Gelato, with the rest of the squad, and potentially we'll have to hand off that Guardian to somebody that's a bit sturdier on the HP bar.
Yeah, and the anchor here from Karon. The Paranoid buys just enough time for all of backup to arrive.
He doesn't get in, but he's get dizzy, but now he backs away and the kills start flowing. All they can get so far is just the one kill onto the enemy Killjoy. Mind Freak, the player getting tagged up right off the rip by the operator. It's the last one standing.
I mean, he's had some amazing clutches yesterday, but with 25 HP and a Guardian, you have to imagine he has to save for the next 40 seconds, at which point, Gen G, there's nothing stopping him from going on the hunt, especially for Lakia. I mean, toss that Odin to someone else, go and make this Hunter's Fury happen for the next round.
30 seconds left. Karon could pull a divide. He could just go TPing forward and try to scout him, but Mind Freak will swing in. Texture will get the shot, and Gen G will continue upward, 5-2 now.
It's impressive how many moments like this that Karon has in his very first VCT tournament. Yeah, he played one event in the offseason at Convergence, but even there, it took a little bit to warm up. Yeah, he had some individual moments, but it was a very short-lived event for the squad of Gen G. And head coach Solo talks about it, how he thinks, yeah, all these maps that they had to play really benefited someone like Karon, and he is fitting right in onto the stage. He's been starving for an opportunity like this. Now he's taking advantage of it fully. So many 3K highlights throughout kickoff.
Oh.
I was trying to ignore it. Just trying to imagine that it's not actually here. It worked before during this week.
I mean, even PRX might be in the game, but this isn't like a TPRX where you sit still and ignore it, and the pause ends up going away. So it is in fact going to be a tech pause, much to the chagrin of literally everyone.
Yes, yeah. But we've been able to sort these out a little bit quicker here, so hopefully we'll be able to get right back into the game. But listen, things like this happen, and what's important at this point is going to be keeping up that energy for the side of Gen G, right? I mean, no matter what the reason is, it happens now and then. It's part of a real tournament, and for Gen G, it's about keeping that energy up, and for PRX, it's about not letting the thoughts get to your head, because obviously you can't discuss any of the actual gameplay here during this part of the tech pause.
Well, looks like audio issue. Our old friend rearing its ugly head once more.
All right, well, we'll see if it gets sorted out quick enough. Talk about the match so far, though. 5-2 lead on a comeback from Gen G after losing the pistol round. So far, this is one of those maps that's looking like you got the pistol, but what more did you make of it, right? You got the 2 rounds that you're supposed to get if you win the pistol. Obviously, the pistol won off the back of some nice shots and really fast tempo, as PRX often does. But then, once the buys came in from Gen G, they just fire right back.
Yeah, it's just incredibly impressive. But again, I mean, for Texture to just kind of start things off, not really be present in those first couple rounds, and then just slingshot his way to the top of the standings. Karon as well was right there with him. This is a scary team, and it's been a very long time since there's been any kind of real belief in Gen G. Not since the 4-0 start and then the insane fall off at the beginning of Pacific last year. It was just like, oh, okay, this team peaked early, and there's no hope. Okay, now they're bringing in Solo. He wasn't able to get much done when he was coaching over on Damwon, Lakia. He wasn't able to get through some of the matches that everyone expected that he would win at Ascension.
Yeah.
Is this going to work? They have Karon. Who is this guy? But I mean, they have made their names known.
Yes, and I was part of that group that was doubting this team. I mean, sure, a story of redemption sounds great, but that's all on paper. I felt like maybe all of them had enough chances, and now I'm proven wrong, and I couldn't be happier about it.
PRX. See if they can get themselves back into this game here in round number 8. Operator, of course, still in the hands of Textures. He is just aggro pushing out. Ooh, goes for the flick. Can't quite get the connection, though. This time, Mind Freak getting away unscathed.
Yeah, but something like that really puts a damper on PRX.
They're going to look to really flush him out of this position.
Are they ready for the Odin backup, though? Prowler comes out.
Prowler coming in, and yep, Lakia not able to find the kill. Gets a good amount of damage out, but otherwise will still be standing. Haunt going up in towards the window. Cloudburst going to be slapped down. He does get caught. Prowler's going to covering fire here. Back ramp, put up the kills. Blind Freak pushing forward, gets the headshot, opening things up a bit. The Meteor hears the footsteps, swings out of the smoke, able to find one, but it's quickly traded by Devi. 1v2. Null Command, 2 flashes available here for the side of Munchkin. Devi, though, could reposition if he so chooses.
Yeah, but something is low, and considering that that op might be picked up, Munchkin surely goes for this. I mean, you look at the creds and everything, you have to. And if it's Munchkin, there's absolutely a possibility.
Here's more.
The second Thrash.
The other Thrash, but 0 point. Going out to interrupt, and it does.
Just in time as well.
Stops it in its tracks before the dive can come in. Flash sent.
Waiting for a peek out.
Spectator bug there.
Yep.
Pushing forward, trying to flush him out. Swings to the one side, but can't transition back.
Nice.
Munchkin making it damn close, still making it costly, but PRX will be able to break the win streak.
Barely so, though. I mean, yeah, off the back of the Thrash, sure, a nice triple swing to take out what they thought was the Operator. In fact, it ended up being the Odin and the Sova. But then the Thrash, I mean, you get the Detain onto the Jet, and Karon's just there for backup. What a guy to have as a bodyguard for the side of Texture. And Meteor, I don't mind the timing. He's trying to just make sure Texture can stay alive for just a bit longer. Misses, obviously, the kill just fast enough, but he's dwindling the numbers down for a potential clutch.
Straight back into it.
Late storm push out mid.
5 ults available here on the side of Gen G. One already popped as the knives are in. Texture rushing up the top, and he mows down too. Something finally able to get the punish. The Hunter's Fury as well crashing in as Lakia hunting for a tag. Doesn't manage to find anything else. But still is a 2-for-1 trade up here for Gen G.
They don't know about this. Mind Freaks lurk. I mean, surely you have to know. PRX, they've been lurking so much this entire tournament on any map they're on. Munchkin,
I mean, he's just shoulder to shoulder basically with Munchkin. He was just sat there top mid. Mind Freak slides his way in towards String.
They are
very well might think that this is protected. Devi with the TP forward to Lakia over on the corner of Dizzy, not soon enough. He ends up falling and his Mind Freak swings in. Lakia somehow survives, gets the kill, and Gen G just taking that momentum right back out of PRX's hands.
I'm not sure if it was just spam through the smoke or what, but that seemed a bit disjointed even for PRX on those swings out from the smoke. Mind Freak's timing as well. I mean, Mind Freak, I think, waited to get the info, but this was good. We've seen that move time and time again, but the fast 180 from Texture for the anti-flash from his teammate. What a start for the team, and that should be the next timeout coming out right off the bat for PRX.
We saw this just yesterday, you know, on that opening game, a split, PRX needing to use both timeouts in the first half. And yeah, they went on to win the map, but I mean, it was multiple overtime resets. And this is a very bold attempt here from the side of Alex, but he's just not liking what he's seeing and is expecting to have more success on this attacking side.
And I do appreciate the style of timeout from Alex. Really just, as soon as he has enough to say, he calls for it. And you can see he's not stopping, he's not missing a beat here. And oftentimes it brings results. Is it always going to be the safest and wisest way to call timeouts? Maybe not. But if it works for your players, and if you have trust that in a best of series that's going to be a long haul, that you want to correct things as soon as they go wrong, then I don't mind it at all. The real question is Gen G, their timeouts have been quite successful this tournament as well. I had my doubts on the coordination between Solo and HSK. Of course, Solo joining a bit late into the offseason. But so far, they seem to be on the same page. PRX with another weak buy here.
That's Hero Rifle in the hands of Devi. Sheriff's board aside from something. Otherwise, does have that classic, which was putting in some serious work yesterday. Prowler, check forward, Lakia. Gonna get caught by this one. Wingman gonna be cleared out. So under the corner, Devi using that Hero Rifle to good use. He's going to find one, but Lakia sat to the corner. It's down 2. Now that can be an Odin recovered. Meteor taken out, the headshots flying. They swing out, but Karon still anchoring here on the site.